This game tips off a little regular season series between these two teams. In your mind, as a former coach, does that alter the game plan at all?
Well, the coaches will be watching their opponents very closely, Kevin. You're trying to get as much intel as possible so your team can be even sharper in the next game.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Collins is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Trey Jones. Then it's Anthony Simon. And it's Okoro into the 3 slot. Pass to D. Now Claxton. Here's D, defended by Jones. Here's D. There's the triple. Mann gets the bucket. Mann's got the first bucket of the night, a 3-pointer for the Nets.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from D.
On the wing, Jones. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Okoro passes to Simons. 5 on the clock. Off target from 3-point range. So the Bulls, the last game, a win against the Utah Jazz. Took him no time at all on that one.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Yeah, it's a good start for him. Let's see if they can keep getting him the ball in that area.
Now, here's Collins. Coming off a 12-point game, his last outing. Here's D, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks. Well, it took a while this summer, but the Bulls were finally able to get an extension done with their bright young point guard, Josh Giddey. In a buyer's market, they could afford to bargain for a team-friendly deal. And after some overreaches in the past, their disciplined approach stands out.
A good strategy. Thank you, Shams. Back to Jones. Pass to Buzelis. Outside, Simon. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, team. The Bulls are going younger. Coach Billy Donovan said we don't want to be just stuck in the middle. There's no question about that, but it's always about the integrity of competition. The building out part is identifying guys that are going to help us move forward. Back to you, Kevin.
Taking the long view. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. .158 left to play in the first. Now, Okoro. Pass to Jones. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Simons. And that one drops.
What a good finish inside. Simons is such a talented scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
And that one's good, D.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Now, here's Collins. 6 points for him.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And Michael Porter Jr. is a crucial piece to this offense.
Oh, he absolutely is, Kevin. First of all, we know that shooting provides space for other people to operate, and he certainly does that. But Michael Porter Jr. is also a very timely cutter and gets his share of easy buckets.
And he's made all 8 of his field goals here to start the game.
And it's Jones with the ball for Chicago. Down by 12. We'll put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
Yeah, you got to think Coach will show this one as an example of what not to do. You got to take care of the ball.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor. 6
on the shot clock. Here's Simons. And that time, also a missed shot. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're out there on the floor for the Nets. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Collins checked in for Gershon Yabusele. Okoro comes in for Williams. Simons, he's checked in for Sexton. And Jones subbed in for Dillingham. Taking a look at the Bulls, Jones is out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's Jalen Smith. Then there's Zach Collins. And it's Okoro in at the small forward position.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Simons from outside. Rebound, Brooklyn. And this is a team making history with every single win. They're coming into this game with 30 consecutive victories. That's right, 30.
Look, you're talking about some of the all-time great teams in the history of the NBA to have a win streak of this magnitude. Gonna be fun to see if they can add one more here tonight.
Elite from the corner. Porter Jr. shoots a much better percentage from this spot.
Collins finds Okoro. Trying to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, D in their last time out against the Pelicans really lit up the floor. He dropped an amazing number of points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. A reminder of the amazing things that he's capable of on any given night. It'll be hard to match that tonight, but he'll try. Guys?
Great stuff, Allie. We thank you. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And here is Okoro. Scoreless thus far. Jones, no luck.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
D passes to Claxton. Here's D. Buries the long-range jumper. D's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
I'll say this. Yeah, you want to protect the paint. But when you're getting killed from long range, you have to make the adjustment defensively.
It's time now to take... And that concludes...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We're seeing tremendous gameplay from D.
Yeah, the passing he brings to the table on full display through the first two quarters.
Well, it's nothing new for him. They are at their best when he's setting the table like that.
Terrence Mann is out there with Troy. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's D in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Every coach has their own philosophy, but Stan, you were telling me that it might not always align with their team style of play.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think there's a difference between philosophy and style of play. And I think what you have to understand, philosophy are those immutable things that you think will win games regardless of the style. So that'll never change. But your style has to be fitted to your personnel.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Here's D. Bucket is good. D's got 6 points in the quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Outside, Simons. Buzelis, no one around him. Good on the triple. Buzelis has got 5 now.
Oh, smart pass there. Setting up Buzelis in a position to cash in.
Pass to D. Nets passing it around. It's Porter outside. It's not going to go for him.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of that.
Simons kicks to Jones. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And there's the foul. It'll go on Terrence Mann. That's his first foul. And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And as always, the mid part of the NBA season, quite a grueling part of the schedule. Right now, let's check out how the standings are shaping up in the East. We'll take a look at the Nets. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, there's the Bulls. They have a lot of ground to make up.
And right now for the Nets, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
Yeah, and it's to no one's surprise. This is a well-run, well-coached organization. They have a strong culture. They're going to be a tough out for anyone.
Let's throw it over to Allie, who has a report on MP.
Thank you. I'm following up on the report of MP and his injury. He was slated to be a true game-time decision, but after testing it out pregame, they're going to let him give it a go. No word on if there will be a minute restrictions yet, but I'm told MP was pleading his case to let him play. Guys, we'll see how much this impacts the game.
He always wants to be out there, doesn't he? He's a gamer. Tough as nails. Thanks.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And it's D missing. And it's Jones with the ball for Chicago. Pass to Simons. And again, no good by Chicago.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Pass to Buzelis. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. And it's 8 points for Buzelis. Here's and again.
And no one can stop him. It's another 40-point game, and he's had a bunch of them.
And with tonight's performance, he's now tied for fourth on the single-season 40-point game list. Buzelis offline with his 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And he's good on the 3-ball. Mann's got 6.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And it's Simons missing.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Mann gets the bucket. Mann's got 5 points in the quarter.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Yeah, they have made the most of their transition chances.
Here's Simons. The Bulls with another miss.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
And that one's good. D.
He scored over half their points so far. Just an unbelievable effort.
Here's Simons. That one's off. Still out of sync.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look...
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair.
We should never get beat like that in transition when they throw the ball. Those points...
He's checked in for Charlotte. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Collins checked in for Jalen Smith. Buzelis comes in for Gershon Yabusele. Okoro, he's checked in for Patrick Williams. And Trey Jones subbed in for Colin Sexton. So for Chicago right now, we've got Anthony Simons. Buzelis out there with Zach Collins. Then it's Jones. And it's Okoro in at the 3 spot. Outside, Jones. Back to Simons. Buzelis with the ball. Knocks down the 10-footer. Buzelis has got 10 points here in the second half.
And you got to like watching Buzelis break down.
And good! He hits it again.
And only a handful of the all-time greats have more 50-point games than he does.
He's moved all the way into a tie for 4th place on that list. Jones looking for an opening. And there's Collins on the assist by Jones.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Wolf passes to D. So, as a coach, during this long season, how do you keep your players engaged?
That's a great question, Kevin, but I got to tell you, I think it comes more to the players than the coaches. I think as a coach, you try to be consistent. You're always a little worried about fatigue. You've got to be concerned about the work and rest balance, both mentally and physically. But the players just have to be professional and get themselves ready to play on a daily basis.
He gets it in there.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for D.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Outside, Jones. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Igor Demin.
Well, defensively, you have to be careful about fouling Jones. He's a high percentage free throw shooter.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Over in the corner, Williams. Here's D. And got it! Another basket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Earlier today, your coach said the champions play like champions before becoming champions. No rings for tonight's win, obviously, but was your effort tonight, particularly on the glass, inspired by his words?
Please execute the win carefully and get home safely.
Oh yeah, coach is always right. Championships are built day by day, practice by practice. We want to approach every game with that energy, and when we do, good things happen. Enough good things happen, great things start happening. And that's what we're looking for, greatness every night.
Well on your way, MP.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kevin.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Here was Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony.
really dumb. It's wrong. It's really wrong.
Well, we always hear about the rookie wall, Grant, but some players seem to claim it's a myth.
Well, you know, B.A., I think it's real for most first-year players. Adjusting to the length and intensity of an NBA season can be exhausting, but some guys will be able to break through that wall.
And checking out Brooklyn's opening lineup, we've got Michael Porter. Terrence Mann is out there with Traore. Then it's Nicholas Claxton, and it's D in at the 4. Got it.
Oh, phenomenal work right there. There's times, boy, he can be tough to check.
Chicago with the ball. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And the defense has to offer more resistance. Can't let guys like Buzelis get this close to the rim.
And they pick up 2. D's got his second basket of the game.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Lets a floater go. Rebound by the Bulls. They come into this one following a loss to Brooklyn.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
A solid read from Porter Jr. When he makes quality passes like this, it helps his team's overall chemistry.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. No doubt, Anthony Simons has shown he can be a 20-point-per-game scorer in this league.
Yeah, the shooting is great. He's a natural at finding his shot, but he'll be targeted at the other end. That's where he's got to improve. He still needs to fill out to be more physical down there, and that will come with time. But Buzelis can handle his own.
D can't get it to go. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Jones, the pass to Collins. To the inside. And it's Buzelis that time on the assist by Collins. Buzelis has got 8.
He still hasn't missed. 4 for 4 to start the game.
Deep. Drills it from deep.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
The Bulls have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Pass to Okoro. Chicago passing it around. There's Simons with a 3.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, D in their last time out against Chicago was tremendous. He had 57 points, and as we've come to expect, he contributed from the three-point line as well. Such an impressive effort. The team relied on him, and he delivered.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
He gets the bucket.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Bulls trail by 4. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Simons. Pass to Buzelis. Wide open. And there's another one for the Bulls.
And you see the potential Buzelis has as a shooter. This kid's upside is definitely enticing.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. 18 points for him.
12 consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
There's Simons with a 3. Sinks the tray.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Hits the three-pointer.
You know, I think this guy just loves the game of basketball. The preparation, the interaction with his teammates. He has fun out there on the floor. And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. The shot by Buzelis is no good. The Nets have got 7 of 11 shots to find the mark. D gets the bucket. D's got 21 points in the game.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Porter pulls it in.
He might be forcing things a little bit right now. Credit the defense for how they're playing him.
Good on the bucket. Give him 23.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
The first quarter all... The group getting ready for Chicago. Collins, he's checked in for Yabusele. Okoro comes in for Williams. Anthony Simons, he's checked in for Sexton. And it's Trey Jones in for Dillingham. Smith out there with Okoro. Then there's Anthony Simons. Then it's Trey Jones. And it's Collins in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Rejected by Claxton.
Love rim protection from Nick Claxton. That is a big-time block.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Here's D. Hits the trifecta.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
And it's Simons missing.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost.
Shot clock at 6.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
D. To get it again. And it's Jones with the ball for the Bulls. It's a 10-point game. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was in Brooklyn.
Big loss in their last meeting with this team. Couldn't get anything to fall in that one.
D gets the bucket.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Chicago has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. And here's Simons outside. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
They're going to have to pay more attention to him on the perimeter. He's hit 4 3-pointers already today.
That one falls. That's now 32 points for D.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Jones, the pass to Collins. And here's Simons. Shot on the wing. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The 3 is up. D can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 8. Outside Jones. There's Simons with a 3. That's good. And it's Jones with the assist. Jones has got his 6th assist of the night.
Oh, 5 threes this half. The D can't contain this guy. He's going off this quarter. A huge reason why this team is on top.
So it's Brooklyn closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead, just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
And swerving off topic for a moment, since this is the halftime show, I was just wondering, what was halftime? And talking about our game now, a very solid first half for the Nets.
When you play the right way.
Appreciate you joining us.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. In this league, you've got to have moves and counter moves. Grant, your toolkit was pretty complete coming in.
Well, I tried to keep adding to it. It's like baseball. If they're struggling to hit your heater, that changeup will work even better.
On the floor for Brooklyn. Correa out there with Terrence Mann. Then it's Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's D in at the 4-man position. D, the pass to Porter. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. And Okoro over to help. Back to Mann. Down low. Here's D. Uses the glass to finish the layup. D's got 39.
Boy, for the most part, when they have gone through him, he has delivered.
Back to Jones. Pass to Simons. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 6 rebounds in the game. And good! There's another!
Another outstanding game for him. He has been a consistent offensive force all year.
Only 3 other players in NBA history have more 40-point games in a season than he does. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? You take a look at Brooklyn. They've been outstanding halfway through this season, looking cohesive and playing for one another. And, of course, the Bulls far behind in the standings.
I think for the Nets, I think we all knew they were going to be a dangerous team, but to their credit, they have lived up to those expectations. They're just not a team you want to face right now.
Yeah, and there really hasn't been any feeling out process for them at the start of the season. They were in peak form immediately.
Nets leading by 12. Here's D. He buries it from 3. D's got 44.
This guy has been in attack mode this quarter. The defense might want to intercede here.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, it's always exciting to see a player with the hot hand. Klay Thompson knows a little something about that, and he said it's that flow state that any great athlete or artist, entertainer, tries to get into. The one thing I learned is you can't force those great nights. You have to let them just happen. Guys, back to you.
I can only imagine what that's like. Thanks a lot, Allie. Okoro outside. Pass to Buzelis. And no good. The dry spell continues.
This certainly isn't how they wanted to start this half. I mean, just 1 for 5 coming out of the break. That is brutal.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Sexton's checked in for Simons. And a change for the Nets. Demon, he's checked in for Michael Porter. Inside. Here's Buzelis. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
Yeah, if you're playing that power forward position, you overcome a lack of size with great hops.
Pass to D. 2 minutes remaining. Oh, another one falls.
I mean, he has been hot as a kettle and serving all comers.
And making a little history tonight. He's just tied for the third most 50-point games in league history.
Tying up none other than Kobe Bryant with 25. And when you're being compared with him, you know you're doing something right. Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Sexton, that's good.
You love this. The pressure gets physical, and Colin Sexton doesn't blink. Nice job finishing through contact.
And you look at Colin Sexton, puts points on the board, Grant, and does it efficiently.
Well, B.A., unfortunately, he gives some of that back on the other end of the floor. But there's always a place in this league for guys who can fill it up.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. A big group substitution here for Chicago. Smith, he's checked in for Collins. Yabusele comes in for Sexton. Williams is checked in for Okoro. And Dillingham subbed in for Jones. Pass to Williams. Now here's Yabusele. Soft touch off the glass. Yabusele's gotten his second bucket on the night.
They're really looking to that inside game here in the second half, getting away from taking a bunch of threes. Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Here's Dillingham. No points so far. Pass to Smith. Clock at 6. Here's Buzelis. Brooklyn pulls it in. D's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now. They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Here's Buzelis. 19 points in the game. Yabusele a screen on Williams. The 3, Smith. He drops it from range. Smith's got 5 now.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two.
And so it's Brooklyn with a commanding 22-point lead going into the break. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. Getting ready for Chicago. Collins, he's checked in for Richards. Buzelis comes in for Smith. Okoro is checked in for Yabusele. And it's Trey Jones in for Dillingham. Buzelis out there with Zach Collins. Then it's Trey Jones. Then there's Anthony Simons. And it's Okoro in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Three-pointer, Buzelis. Brooklyn with the board.
Boy, this guy was able to connect from deep in the first half. Hasn't found the range since.
D gets the bucket. D's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, he's been a man on a mission, and there's nothing that's slowing him down.
Simons outside. Outside Jones. Pass to Okoro. There's Simons with a 3. The shot comes out.
Boy, this is the story of the night for this guy. He's taken a lot of questionable shots.
D gets the bucket.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
On the wing, Jones. They need this. Williams grabs the board. Brooklyn has gone 3 for 3 from downtown in this fourth quarter. Pass to D. Yep, that one's good.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Nets.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And give them credit for what'll be their 38th win of the year.
And once this game is all said and done, they'll have a healthy 2-0 lead in this season series.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for D.
So highly effective on the offensive end. At times, this guy just scoring at will.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
And it's Simons missing.
Boy, not looking sharp at all here in the second half, but it hasn't deterred him one bit.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Looking to get it going. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Williams. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Good! Another from 3.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. Simons passes to Collins. A shot to stop the run. It's hauled in by Wolf. Here's D. Good! That's another bucket! Oh, and there's 80 points.
Oh, wow. Just wow. This guy is on another level.
So we see the Nets taking the W here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And now let's go to Jennifer Quintana.
Thanks, guys. Watching you play tonight, MP, it looked like you were more excited by your blocked shots than anything else. Was that the case?
Yeah, because blocks get everybody hyped. Duh. I mean, your teammates seem 2 inches taller. 20,000 people sound like 50,000. You get another couple of inches on your vertical. Blocks are no joke. I'm telling you, they ain't no joke.
Thank you, MP.
You're welcome.
Over to you, BA.
Thanks, Jennifer. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
5 target players. Yeah. You want shorter meetings, right? So synthesize, so gather, review, summarize, and I'll be happy to meet 30 minutes. Is it okay for us to ask? All the big shots. No, it wasn't my script.
NBA basketball in the spotlight, and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also celebrated in our games today and tonight, Greg.
It's great to honor a man who spoke for equality and justice, and in a league that's given voice to many communities working towards that equality.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. We've got Dylan Brooks. O'Neal is out there with Williams. Then there's Jalen Green. And it's Gillespie in at the 1 spot. Green missing again. It's the Demon. Here's D. And that one is stuffed right through.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Green deciding where to go with it. A kick out to O'Neal. And the Suns miss again.
0 for 3, not the start they're looking for.
And RJ, you played 7 seasons in a Nets uniform. The most with any of your team.
Yeah, it was a great way to start my career consistently in the playoff picture. It was really the most sustained success that the franchise has enjoyed.
Here is Brooks after the made shot from D.
0 for 4 to start things off. Got a bit of a pillow fight brewing here, but they're going to get it going.
Green with the rebound. For Phoenix, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. A kick out to O'Neal. Rebound, Brooklyn. And their win streak is now up to an incredible 32 straight games, which puts them 1 game shy of those amazing 1972 Lakers.
And while this has been a legendary run, this group seems to have a gift of the collective mentality to know that all of these wins don't matter if they don't bring home the Larry O'Brien trophy when the season is all said and done. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ring.
And Brooklyn has possession after Jalen Green's miss, and that one's good. D.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And Coach called his timeout to try and reset things on offense. Shake them up a bit so they can hopefully start getting some shots to fall.
Now here's Williams. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, not the start that they wanted, but maybe that basket was all they needed to get into a little bit of a rhythm.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Suns trail by 9. And stolen by Sharp. Here's D. Williams with the block. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Suns. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
The bench production was huge, no doubt. A testament to how well prepared this coaching staff is for these tough road games.
Here is Porter after the Suns pick up 2. D passes to Porter. Here's D, guarded by O'Neal. Shot clock at 5. Takes a 3. And the Nets, another 3.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Down low. Out to Brooks. Pass to Gillespie. O'Neal from long range. It's deflected, and so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. Brooklyn making some changes. Williams, he's checked in for Demon. And Saraf's subbed in for Traore. 6 to shoot. Here's O'Neal. Got a hand on it.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
Pass to D. Now here's Porter. Again, the Nets for 2.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Green. Drives to the hoop. And it's Green slamming it down.
That is a tough contest-worthy move. Green just putting on a show right there.
And that one's good. D's got 13.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum-rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets up by a dozen here at the end. Out there on the floor for the Nets. Brooklyn leading by 8. T out there with Porter. Then there's Demon. Then it's Sharp. And it's Traore in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's D, guarded by O'Neal. Chalk up 2 there. And that's 15 points for D.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And it's Green with the jam.
A vicious finish by Green. Boy, Jalen, this man can get up.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. And, Greg, you watch Jalen Green. So much upside potential.
Yeah, he could be streaky, but one of the most combustible scorers in the league. When he's on, he can take over single-handedly.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hi, guys. Well, D in their last time out against the Bulls was a man on a mission. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and as always, a lot of those points came in bunches of 3. And he was huge for them in that one. Talking to his coaches pregame, they hope he can repeat that performance with another one here tonight. Back to you.
Hey, Allie, thanks for the great report. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Gillespie, the pass to Brooks. Here's Iguodaro. Pass to Gillespie. Outside, O'Neal. Sinks the triple. O'Neal's got 5 now.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Inside, here's Traore. The shot from the low post is good.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. O'Neal sets the screen for Green. No good from outside. Nets leading by 9. Here's D. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Pass to Porter. No good on the triple. And so it's Brooklyn in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's heating up, and the one thing that you can count on, no matter who's chosen, someone's going to feel left out.
Yeah, you know my reply to that. If you play better.
And let's dig into the first half now. Things looking pretty good for the Nets.
They did their homework.
Thanks for spending half.
Thanks again for joining us, and welcome back to our special Martin Luther King Day presentation of the NBA. We're seeing tremendous gameplay from D.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
And Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. We've got Williams. Brooks is out there with O'Neal. And it's Green, and it's Gillespie in at the point. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called hunting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
Porter outside, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Just sensational form and touch on display from Porter. When he gets any room to shoot from deep, he's looking to fire.
Nice ball movement by Phoenix. On the wing, Brooks. No good. Nice D from Porter.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Here's D, guarded by O'Neal. D passes to Porter. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Suns trail by 18. And RJ, the fourth head coach in as many seasons for the Phoenix Suns.
The only thing that remains constant in Phoenix is change. Devin Booker, who's been there for the longest, is now on Coach 8. Not an ideal start to the second half for them. 0 for 3.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's going to take his chance to talk to his guy. Now we have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, D.
And when you have a big man carrying as much of the load as he has, it just makes things so easy for the rest of your team. Completely deserving of the award.
And finished off by O'Neal.
And powering it home. He ends a 12-0 run by Brooklyn.
Here's D. Rebound by the Suns. Now here's Green. 10 points for him. Here's Brooks, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Oh, nice play from Brooks down in the paint. Not afraid to get physical on the inside.
Pass to Sharp. There's Porter with the three. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter. Well, most coaches will tell you, you need scoring in the paint to be successful. There are some big men around the league that have been providing plenty of that over the last month. And you look at D, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
That is major productivity in the paint. I mean, they would love to get more and more of that from him going forward. Because a scoring big man like that, guys, it's never easy to come by.
Shot clock at 6. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And the toughness of Brooks on display, not fearing contact when he's looking to score inside.
And last season, Greg, Devin Booker became the Phoenix Suns' all-time leading scorer.
Yeah, he passed Hall of Famer Walter Davis to achieve that feat. Booker is a guy that wants to be a Sun for life, so I expect him to break even more franchise records.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you. It's important to focus on what matters. All-star and multiple champion Draymond Green said, winning has taken a backseat nowadays with a lot of these kids. They care about all the wrong things. I hope they understand that this league is about winning games at the end of the day. Guys, back to you.
It's all about results. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Williams kicks to Allen. And it's Brooks in the corner. A three-pointer, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Suns trail by 17. Lets it go with a three. Brooks can't get that one to fall.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Phoenix has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Brooks feeling it out a bit. It's O'Neal atop the key. Allen for three. That shot off the mark. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. We'll make it. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game. Team deciding to change it up. Brooklyn leading by 19 points. Torrey is out there with Demon. Then it's Porter. Then it's Dean. And it's Sharp. And at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Outside, Green. And there's the drive. To the paint. Here's O'Neal. And finished off by O'Neal.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Good, that's another bucket.
And in terms of first-year players, he is one of the most high-volume scorers in league history. He's now tied for 5th all-time in points scored by a rookie.
Yeah, you just get the sense there is so much more in store for this young talent. The sky is the limit. Here's D, traps in the tray. D's got 7 now in this quarter.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays, man. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp. Zaire Williams comes in for Michael Porter. Mann's checked in for Demon. And Saraf's subbed in for Traoré. Brooks the pass to Gillespie. A kick out to O'Neal. From deep, Brooks. The offensive rebound. Here's Williams. And Williams throws it down.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. To the inside. Here's Claxton, banked in off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And this will push their record to 39 wins and a good effort tonight.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for D.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
And it's Green missing. And he drives in to the middle. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Sarab. Here's D. Latre knocks down the three ball.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense it.
You said earlier this game wasn't just about the final score, but about setting a tone. You feel like you were able to do that?
Always thank you so much.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure we got into them a little. Made them feel us while they were running their sets. If you can get stopped.
Kevin, back to you.
And that'll wrap it up.